Hi folks, Jeff Rugrog here, all things prints this semester. What we're going to have a look now, and we've seen one already, is an architectural template. You saw an architectural template that was for fixtures, but you can also get one that has symbols, much like these. ANSI symbols are called. That's another standards organization, ANSI, by the way. But they're also in your textbook, which are the ones that I'm going to try to use, not entirely. But they're just fun shapes. I suppose, well, yeah, if you had Microsoft, you could make these in shapes, right? Anyhow, we're just going to talk about a few of them. We're going to talk about revisions, symbols for fixtures, equipment, north, and room numbers. And again, every architect might have slightly different versions of this, but we're going to use the ones out of your textbook. So what do we got? Revisions. So revisions just simply a triangle. And I'm just going to put this back to back is all I'm going to do for this one. This is 60 degrees. So this is just a symbol showing when something's been revised. So if I had a rough draft of this, the revision might be number 1 or number 2. But in this case, it's just final. I'm not redoing this one. But in that space, you could just put revision number 1. Number 1, that's it. Another one that you might find on a drawing is equipment and fixtures, and it is just simply a fairly simple shape here. Again, this is not to scale, so I'm just ballparking this stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to get it entirely right. No, it could have been a bit wider. I should have measured it, what I should have done, so 6 inches. There we go. I won't fix this up yet. So I guess it's kind of sort of revision number 2 now. And then in this one, it's generally labeled. So, example, in the textbook, it just says simply plumbing 1 or P1. And P1 might be assigned to a specific fixture, such as a sink. P1 might be a lavatory basin. P2 might be a lavatory basin for area free. P3 might be a water closet. It really doesn't matter. But it gives you an idea. You put this little symbol next to some piping, and then you can refer to the table to see what fixture it might be. Room number. What do we got here? Ooh, that's big. That's all right. And then for this one, you just put the room number in. And it can be initials like living room, or in the case of your textbook, it just simply says room 115. That's it. My letters are a little small, or my digits are a little small on there. And the last one just has to do with true north. So on a map, generally the top is true north, but that's not necessarily the case on a job site. On a job site, and it's represented by an arrow, right? On a job site, it's dictated by project north and true north. So as an example, true north could be off on an angle. So let me just draw this here. So I've drawn a 30-degree angle here. And I'm going to call that this true north. So this is pointing off diagonally, but it's at 30 degrees. So 45 degrees is up here somewhere, if that makes any sense. So it is closer to being pointed to the right side than it is to the top. So what happens then is it's not the top of the drawing that's project north, it's the right side of the drawing that's project north. And project north would just be a wall in the building, which is normally drawn square on the page. So because true north is pointing more towards this wall than it is that wall, the top wall, this then becomes project north. And it's just which wall of a square building is closest to the true north. So there's often two completely different arrows on a drawing. Here's an example of one here. So project north is the right side just as I've drawn it, and true north is actually a similar angle to this. This is drawn a little bit more like a section symbol, but it still has the arrow and still has the north on it. And they're both valid. There we go. Samples, each lecture item, done and done. See you for the next one.